Welcome, new students, to Shiz University, where you can expect the unexpected.
You're green.
I am.
Miss
Elphaba.
You can room with Miss Galinda.
Oh, I saved you some space, by the way.
Do you really think this is fair?
I do not. I was promised a private suite. But thanks for asking.
You may have noticed that I am one of the last animal professors here at Shiz. But there was a time when life in Oz was different.
Someone needs to tell the wizard that the animals are in trouble. That's why we have a wizard. Because no one... What? Because no one should be laughed at. Or scorned. Or told to keep quiet.
That was you who made all that happen. How did you do it?
Some of us are just different. The wonderful Wizard of Oz summons you to the Emerald City. Come with me.
I couldn't possibly. This is your moment. I'm coming. You can do this. You can do anything.
I am Oz, the great and powerful.
Something bad is happening in Oz.
The best way to bring folks together is to give them a real good enemy.
Tell them how I'm defying gravity. You have no real power.
That's why I need you.
Bring her to me.
This is so much bigger than us.
I'm not afraid. It's the wizard who should be afraid of me.
God creates, Satan counterfeits. That is an evangelistic appeal through a mainstream movie to convert an entire generation to the demonic and to witchcraft, particularly young women, which has always been the nefarious appeal of witchcraft and paganism and sorcery and divination under the auspices and guise of feminism and female empowerment. Two scriptures come to mind. Satan himself masquerades as an angel of light. And the other one is from the Old Testament. Woe to those who call good evil and evil good. What we're seeing now in the name of justice and compassion is we are seeing an attempt to understand evil, to look from the perspective of evil, to have excuses for evil, and then a redefinition of evil so that it is no longer evil. This is demonic. This is what Jesus talks about in John 8 when he says that Satan is the father of lies and that it is his native language to lie. These are all lies. This is demonic. What this is essentially teaching is a worldview. And parents, you need to understand this. I've got 5 kids, I've got 4 grandkids, and when our kids were little, we would watch shows, and there were certain shows we would not have them watch because just they were so dark and despicable and demonic and diabolical that we didn't want to oppress our children, because sometimes through a film comes a spirit. And you're inviting that spirit into your home, and you're inviting that spirit onto your children. But there would be other times that we would watch, maybe not all of something, but we would pause and we would discuss. And I would use it as worldview training with the kids. Like, what's going on there? Well, I would never watch this with my granddaughter, for example. She's not old enough yet, but I promise you I'll never watch this with my granddaughter, because what this is spiritual grooming for witchcraft and the demonic. This is an attempt to create an entire generation of young women who are desensitized toward evil, toward the demonic, and toward witchcraft. I mean, you don't have to be a genius to know that the title is very accurate. Wicked. It's not even hiding. It used to be that Satan and demons and evil and witchcraft, they would have to lurk in the shadows, but now they're just walking around in the light of day. And just think if the title instead of wicked was demonic or evil or corrupt or lying, it's all the same demonic realm working together to do evil. But think of it in this way. This film is an evangelistic attempt to take young women, to cause them to have gender confusion, to have sort of sexual desires that are outside of normal male-female relationships. You can see that with the emotional, spiritual intimacy and connection between the females. It's also an attempt to take witchcraft and to couch it as good. And there are those who would say there's white witchcraft and there's black witchcraft. Well, the truth is it's all evil, it's all despicable, it's all diabolical, it's all demonic. And this is just kind of taking Halloween to the next level. If you're a parent or a grandparent, I would strongly urge you, do not allow your child or children, especially your daughters and granddaughters, to watch this film. It is demonic, satanic grooming. And it is an attempt to convert them to a pagan ideology of feminism and witchcraft. And it is an attempt for you to spend money so that you can fund a demonic ideology. And lastly, I would say this. If you are a Christian parent that pays for this film and doesn't tithe to your church, you are literally funding evil rather than the gospel, and you are part of the problem.